Hey guys, I'm gonna go pass the fuck up. I don't know if I'm making the 1 p.m. race, cause I want to sleep a little bit more. But who knows? Maybe I'll make the 1 p.m. race. Maybe. Anyway, I'm off for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Gotta finish up this week race with some kind of sanity left, and yeah. I'm sure it's quite entertaining to see the rest wither away. Yeah. Oh well. Have a good night, guys. See you guys later. So that's Crip when he's ridiculously tired. Just like I am right now. Well, a little bit more awake. But what I want to talk about today, guys, is the 1 week race, how it's been going, and my thoughts on the matter and some suggestions to you guys. So I've been doing the week race, but alongside the week race, I've been doing all the other races. I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm pretty fucking sleep deprived and not fully aware of what's going on in a lot of these races. But, you know, sometimes second place is all right. In the end, you know, I'm trying to get a good amount of points for the season's ladder. I ended up winning overwhelmingly last time, but, you know, it's hard to say. Typically, when there's shorter events, when there's events with new rule sets, it can be very difficult to win, and as such, you gotta win whenever you think you can, if you want to be on top of the ladder at least, which is kind of the goal. Now, what I want to talk about really is the week race in particular. So, I am second on the ladder right now. It's been going quite well. There haven't been that many races in the last couple of days. That's why I've had quite a bit of time to experience up. But in the end, I can show you guys through PoE Stats, which is a really cool website, the amount of hours that people have put into their characters. I mean, you guys know I play a lot. I've been streaming extra just so I can do well in this race. But in the end, there's people playing 50% more than me. That's insane. I mean, at the same time, you know, some of them aren't even doing any better. While this can obviously change, because even though it is a weak race, it may be hard to believe for some people who haven't actually tried it, but there is a large RNG element when it comes to finding the really high-level maps. So if you find them, you're golden. If you don't, tough shit. But, you know, may not win, but, man, to play that much, when you look at the rewards, it's really, in my opinion, not worth it to focus on this. Now, I'm not one to tell people how they should, you know, play video games, because in the end, you do whatever you want. But I can't imagine people playing 20 hours a day, and seeing some of the other streamers who are doing this having a whole lot of fun, especially in the last few hours. And what I want to recommend to you guys is you got to focus on efficiency. So when I try to do a week race, even if I'm trying to win, you know, I'm not going to try to win by sleeping the least. I think that's a ridiculous way to approach this kind of competition, and I think the best way is to try to capitalize on what you can control. You can control, obviously, the amount of time that you play, but in the end, it's hard to really distinguish, you know, is 20 hours really better than 19 a day? Really? I mean, I don't know, an extra hour of sleep might be a pretty good idea based on how many people die and the efficiency that these people are getting. Now, what I mean by efficiency is how productive you are in terms of experience game within a certain time set. And PoE Stats has this kind of ranking, which is a really cool thing when you want to compare yourself to other people in the races, especially in like the shorter races, but nonetheless you can do so in the week race as well. And it monitors the characters in 2-hour intervals. And within 2-hour intervals, you can kind of see that, you know, our group is almost doubling the experience gain of others. Now, obviously, we planned out the group in a certain way that we could maximize efficiency using certain overpowered abilities, but, you know, these are nothing new. I mean, a lot of the builds that we've ran before, or we kind of have a pretty good idea about how they work in general, so, you know, everyone can do this. We're not really doing anything too special. Yeah, we're playing pretty well. We got a pretty good group. We're pretty friendly to each other. We got the team going. But in the end, anyone can do this stuff. And what you really want to try to focus on is, you know, realizing where that point is. Is it really worth it? And if you do want to play, you know, for the win, for the week race, it's really going to come down to efficiency, because going 19 versus 20 hours is not really a big difference. But you know, focusing on your clear speed, focusing on a kind of composition that will actually win, will be a much bigger difference than 5%. On the other hand, if you're like me, if you're trying to just, you know, get as many demis as you can, if you're trying to you know, just get on the season's ladder and, you know, maybe get some prizes in the end, you got to focus on the other side of things. And as such, you know, if you really want a Demi, the week race is a pretty crappy way to get it. The rewards suck. I mean, the week race is pretty fun because it's something to do and it's a new environment that's fairly competitive, and I really like it for that. But if you're doing it for like the Demi itself, man, just do like these 1 hour races. You do a 1 hour race, you can even copy what I'm doing, you know? You just play the Templar, Frost Nova, Frost Nova, Frost Nova. Oh, you got another Quicksilver? Congratulations, here's a demigod, you know? I mean, anyone can do this stuff. It's nothing special, especially in the short races where RNG is really the biggest element. And, you know, hopefully, maybe there's going to be a little bit more interest in those shorter races, because even still, even with how easy it is to win demis in those, I think a lot of people are actually trying to you know, walk away from doing these races. I know the competition is really tough in the party races and fairly tough in the races that last longer than an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours, but hey, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty good way to get demis, and always when you're playing Path of Exile, you're looking at efficiency. So hopefully you guys enjoy my little overview of what's going on. And you know, if you're really putting in like 20 hours a day trying to win the week race for a Demi, just put in like 2 hours a day, get a few practice runs, and win a couple in the 1 hour races happening at the same time. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.